Okay, so, first of all, I want to talk about our culture and what is culture. So, I'm going to explain kind of a general idea. Culture is the heart and soul of every community, right? It's what makes us who we are. It's a unique blend of our customs, our traditions, our language, our food, art, behavior that shapes how we live and how we interact with the world. Imagine culture as a colorful fabric woven together by different experiences, beliefs, practices. We create a one of a kind. So every culture is, in a manner of speaking, one of a kind. It's food, the way we eat, the food we eat, the way we greet, how we're influenced in our daily lives, etc. So I want to ask, this is my question, because I guarantee, guys, anyone raising their hand, yeah, definitely, this is a stage class, and I would love you guys to come up. So Sam, if you're still here, Sam, I know you're a beginner, so lesson 1, I'm going to give you the most powerful lesson ever. Listen. First question, guys. The first question I'm going to ask the audience to participate in is this, okay? My question is this. I want to know, what does culture mean to you, okay? What does culture mean to you? All right, now I'm going to explain a little bit here. I'm going to explain what I mean by this question, so you guys have an idea of where to go. And I would love you guys to come up on stage. All right, I would love you guys to come up on stage to answer that. So I want to know, what does culture mean to you? Okay, what does culture mean to you? That is the general question. And now I'm going to kind of like lifestyle. Okay. Let's see here. So I don't know why it's a picture, but it's just what it is. I don't know. I'm trying to copy the text, but someone can write that out, I guess. Someone can write that question. What does culture mean to you? Yeah, so I want somebody to come up on stage, and forgive the teddy bear behind me. I want you guys to come up on stage, and I want you to give me an example of your tradition, your habits, what's unique, what makes it special, and then we'll kind of go into that. So that is kind of the beginning question. If anyone wants to come up and share their 2 cents on that, I would love to hear it. So what your traditions, daily habits, a unique custom that makes your culture special, and go from there. So that's what I would like to hear. Okay? Anyone? Otherwise, we'll go right into the first part of it. So to make it easy, let me simplify it, guys. So I want someone to come up on stage, and the first question I want to ask you guys, we're going to talk about food. So who likes food? Who knows things about their culture regarding food? So what does culture mean to you in regards to food? Okay, so food. What does culture mean to you in regards to food? Okay, so how do people in your culture show respect at the dining table? So food is one of the most exciting ways to it's one of the most exciting ways cultures differ. Food is different everywhere. Even food is different from neighbor countries. From Canada and the US is different. The UK is not a neighbor, but our food is different. China and Vietnam, their food is different. So every country has a different food. So for example, China, chopsticks are used, and leaving a little food on your plate is actually considered polite. But in Italy, meals are long social events, and finishing everything on your plate shows appreciation. So as you can see, Italy and China have completely different culture Um, yeah. So Italy and China have a complete opposite of food culture. Italy, eating everything shows appreciation. And China, leaving a little bit shows appreciation because as I lived in China, if you eat everything on your plate, it tells the host that you did not get enough to eat, right? So if you leave a little bit on your plate, it tells the host that you're full, you're content, and you don't need to eat anything. Again, guys, stage is open. This is a staged class. I want you guys to come up and share your 2 cents. I want you guys to come up and share what food is to you, right? I want you guys to share with me about like the special dishes. Do people serve others before serving themselves? Talking during meals. Do you guys stay quiet? Or is it loud? I want to know this about your culture. So raise your hand. Okay, cool. MMR. Hopefully MMR heard the question. I'm pretty sure he did. I'm going to verify. MMR, you did hear my question, right? Just going to verify that you didn't come in the middle of my question. I don't want to make you look silly, but I'm going to assume you did. Okay, so I'm going to bring... Oh, huh? I want to bring you up. Okay, I did accept your invite. Okay. Let's see how MMR does. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
Hi. I'm good, thank you.
Good. Glad to hear you.
So I am from, thank you. I'm from Egypt, Alexandria,
Nice.
and one of our favorite and special food dishes is kushari.
It's what? Sorry?
So kushari.
Oh, okay.
Kushari.
Kushli. Nice. Okay. So,
Yes.
is that a special dish that you guys cook up?
Oh, of course.
Nice.
This is so famous in our traditions and culture.
Okay. Very cool. So, among special dishes, could you answer a couple questions for me? So, in your culture, in your country, so, is there a rule of thumb about serving others before yourself, or do you just serve everybody? Does everybody wait to eat together, or if you get your food first, you can eat it? What are those traditions like?
No, of course I think that we have to be like all together on the table and like eat together. It would be better because we're maybe sharing the food. Like.
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, is it similar to how it is with big Chinese dinners? Because when I lived in China, everything would be in the center of a table, and we would just kind of grab what we want ourselves. Is that what? Is that?
No.
Okay, thank you for correcting. Okay,
like
thank you.
Each person of us has its own dish.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, but is food in front? Oh no, so everyone has a separate plate by themselves. Like, is it presented to them, or do they serve themselves?
No. If you're in a restaurant, then of course you're having like the garçon. The garçon.
Yeah.
He's helping us serving this.
Okay.
And if you're at home, so you have to like you have to do the food by yourself.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
the mother or the owner of the house, she makes the food and then she may invite our relatives and so on.
Oh, okay. So it is different than China then. Okay, because at the beginning I was thinking, oh, you're kind of talking. So now, will the host invite like the grandparents or the elderly to serve themselves first? Do they bring the food to the I mean, like, tell me more about the traditions about regarding, I guess, eating together would be the general theme. So can you kind of give a little more in depth, like, so will the host serve the grandparents? I don't want to, or the elderly first, or do the kids get the food first? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, maybe we're all like helping each other.
Okay.
We know the ingredients. Maybe some of us cut the onions, and another person has another task.
Okay, but that's okay. That's not like preparing the meal, right?
What?
Is that when they're preparing the meal? So everyone will contribute to preparing the meal.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes, that's
okay.
right.
All right. What about when the food is being served? Is someone served first over others, or is it kind of like first come, first serve? Or the host will just ask someone to come and get their food?
No, maybe we have a big pan or something contains the food, and then each person of us take the quantity he wanted from the food. Like, in every person has his own plate, and then he has the food in it.
Is there an order of who gets food first? Is there an order of who will get food first? Like, would you be served before your mother, or would you be served before your aunt? Would your uncle be served before?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. That's what I was looking for. Okay, yeah, got it. It's the same with us too. Like in the States, there's really no like order. I mean, supposedly, like in the moment, like if everyone's being served, we'll give. My father will get his food first, and the person who's making the food will get their food last, obviously, because if they're serving it and they serve themselves first, it's just going to be cold. So they'll get their dish probably last. Can you tell me about the environment? Is it loud? There's a lot of talking, or is everybody quiet when they're eating?
No, of course, everybody's talking and like having conversations, and maybe each two persons have a conversation.
Okay, all right, that's cool. All right, I appreciate you coming up and sharing. You're welcome to stay up and answer the additional questions if no one else is coming up. I don't mind. I mean, if you want to just like stay and hang out, I'll go to the next slide for my notes. And the guys, again, I'm not showing my slide because it's really me just asking the questions about this topic. So that's why you don't see the PPT. It's just the notes that I have for myself to talk about. But really, the big conversation is you guys. So it's really about you. So I'll go to the next question. And MMR, if you want to come up for the next question, if it pertains to you, then knock yourself out. I don't mind. Now there are another part of culture is greeting and personal space. I'm big with personal space. I hate crowds personally. I hate it. It makes me feel claustrophobic, but in regards to greetings, it's not just about like saying hello. A greeting can tell you a lot about how people view, respect, personal space, and connection. So like in Japan, a bow shows respect, while in Latin American, right, countries, a kiss on the cheek can be a sign of friendliness. And then like the United States, people prefer a firm handshake. Also, I know one more thing is maybe not about greeting, but I did learn this, that in some cultures that a child won't look at an adult in the eye because it's considered disrespectful, whereas it's the opposite with Americans. When you're being talked to by an adult, you got to look at them in the eye or it shows disrespect. So it's a complete reverse there. And guys, feel free to like chime in what I'm sharing because it's more for you guys. This is really a stage for you. The moment is funny. The moment I want to. All right, Tiger has something to say. All right, so Tiger knows what we're talking about, right? Tiger, did you hear my question? So in regards to personal respect, here's my question. How do people greet each other in your country? And what's your idea of personal space when talking to others? Okay, so I'm going to bring you up, Tiger. I'm going to elaborate a little bit before you speak to kind of give more insight. So, hey, Tiger. Or Tiger? I'm going to give a little more insight.
Yes, I'm Tiger. Hi.
Hi. Your volume is really loud, bro. But I think it's okay.
Is it?
It's a bit like in your face, if that makes sense. It's like you're like on top of a mic or
Yeah,
something.
the mic was too close to me. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it feels a little close, but I think it's okay. I'm going to elaborate a little bit. So I want to know if personal space is a big deal in your country, and how do you feel about when people are standing too close or too far, and kind of talk to me about that part of this topic. So basically it's personal space. You know, too close, too far. What is it like in your country? And where are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, I am Tiger and I'm from India, Mr. Teacher Grant.
Okay, yeah. And
Since you mentioned greetings, I would like to tell you an interesting greeting that we have.
Sure.
Okay, we have something which is very popular called as Namaste. Like, it's a greeting where you it's a respectful way of saying hello or goodbye, where you like, which is like performed by placing the palms together.
Regards to personal space, I'll tell you, for me, is I'm not a fan of being like close together. I like space, and I think other Americans in the chat, if there are any other American teachers, can attest to this. But what about in India for you personally? You can talk both. Like for you personally and for India itself, in your opinion, is personal space a big deal in your country? And like when people stand too close or too far, and tell me about that. So you talk to me about how people greet each other, but what is your idea of personal space when talking to others?
Okay, so for me, I think for Indians, personal space isn't like defined in physical terms. We see nothing wrong with disrespectful or invasive and jostling each other around, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I don't think that's
Well, like if we're talking face to face, are we gonna be like chairs apart? Are we gonna be sitting on the couch like buddy buddy, or like? I think that's what the question is and I think that's what the question is pertaining to. I mean, that's what my take of the question is. So the short, simple question is, when we're talking to each other or close to each other, what is too close, too close, too far, too far. So I guess it's like if you're with a circle of friends, are you like elbow to elbow, or do you got like a bubble around you? I think that's what my interpretation of the question is. I may be interpreting it wrong, but that's what my interpretation is. So again, when people are too close or too far, there you go.
So I think the comfortable amount of personal space during like conversations in India may vary with like different subcultures, because as you know, India is a very diverse place.
Okay.
So in general, I would say that we would like tend to stand like 3 or 3.5 feet apart. I guess.
Okay, that makes
When you're
sense.
having, like, we are not too conscious of the personal space.
Oh,
Because
okay.
we're 1.4 billion people, so
Yeah.
imagine on the trains and bus.
Yeah.
Buses.
Okay, so like on a bus, like you're gonna be squished up. Yeah, that's why I stopped taking the bus in China, because I was like literally like this, like literally like I could not move. Like I'm like, ugh. That's why I was like, I would always like try to find like an area like I was like in my own section, but like being respectful to trying to let others in and stuff. I always try to find like my own little square inch of space to stand in. But thank you for sharing that. As I mentioned to MMS, or I'm saying her name wrong. Darn it! What was her name? Who came up? I'm blanking. Who came up? It was MMS who
Also,
came.
I would like,
Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, also I would like to like go back to your previous question to MMR.
I appreciate that, Tiger, that you want to chime in for that. I do want to move to the next question though, if that's okay with you. You're welcome to stay on stage, and then because I asked everyone to come on up at that time, and she was the only one that requested. So I want to move. I want to keep going, and then maybe it's another question. You can stay up. I have no issues with that, especially if nobody else requests to answer. And if they want to come up and answer, and you also want to answer the next question, that's fine as well. So
Okay.
so I'll get to the next question now, so, or the next subtopic, I guess you want to call it. So this one is about festivals and celebrations. So it's another soul of culture, right? It's a peak of what people celebrate and why. And forgive me, I'm looking at my notes, pronouncing it wrong probably, but in India, in Diwali, is that right? Diwali?
Yep.
Diwali? Yeah, I said it right. Okay. It's a festival of lights. Symbolizes the victory of good over evil, while Thanksgiving in the U.S. is about family gatherings and giving thanks. So festivals show the history, values, traditions, culture, and a lot of ways, right? So the question here is, what is your favorite festival, and how is it celebrated? And I'm going to give you kind of some insight here to kind of guide you. So how are they different from what you've seen in other countries? What is the unique foods, clothing, the special traditions for those festivals, part of the celebration? And then imagine that you're visiting someone's home. So two-part question for you. Imagining you're visiting someone's home during a festival in a foreign country. I'll give you an example. Maybe Thanksgiving, or maybe I'm really, really bad with, or maybe the Lunar New Year, or the Lantern Festival. I'm just giving you, like, imagine that you're in another country, and then imagine you're visiting someone's home during a festival in a foreign country. How do they greet you? What food do they serve? So tell me a little bit about that. So favorite festival, how it's celebrated in your country is basically the bold points there. So if no one else is raising their hand, the floor is yours, Tiger.
Okay. So I think it's pretty. Wait, someone goes. Okay, sorry, my bad. I think it's pretty hard to pick a favorite festival because all of them are unique and different to each other, very distinct and very flavorful, all of them. So I don't think I can pick a favorite.
Pick
But
then
like
don't
you
think of it
mentioned,
as a
Diwali, I
favorite.
think-
Just pick one that stands out that you okay, what about like maybe favorite is too bold of a word. Maybe think of it as one that stands out. One maybe the in your I guess you could say well all festivals are popular in India. Just choose one that resonates with you the best. Like one that maybe it's a holiday that you're off work no matter what. You know, or something like that. Like, for example, I might say, oh, Christmas is my favorite because I don't have to work. You know, whereas Thanksgiving, I have to work, you know, as an example. So don't necessarily be so point on, oh, it has to be my favorite. Just, you can tell us about one over the others, you know. So talk about one festival, okay? So maybe not your favorite one, but just tell me about a festival, how it's celebrated, all right? So, and tell me again the unique food, clothing, traditions. All right? And anyone else that wants to chime in, raise your hand. Otherwise, it's yours, Tiger. You'll be the one answering all the questions if no one else comes up. And MMR, you can also raise your hand again. But I don't see. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Tiger. You can answer first, and then I'll let MMR go next.
Okay, well, since you mentioned Diwali, I think I should like speak about Diwali.
Sure.
Because I like the festival a lot.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite festivals, if I can say that.
Sure.
And it's like, where do I start?
Well, break it down like I kind of guided you with. So talk about. Let's do this. There's 3 parts. Talk about the food. Talk about the clothes.
Okay.
Talk about the traditions.
So let me start with saying it is like celebrated over for 5 days, while people like take part in all kinds of festive gatherings. There are a lot of fireworks, lots of feasts, and lots of prayers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's a time to share.
Okay.
How do I? It's a time to share, like it is like you said, a victory of good over evil. So for us, it is linked to like an ancient legend of like Lord Rama, who was deprived of the kingdom and then sent to exile. And this is a long story, but at the end, it represents victory over evil, if that makes sense.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry, I'm doing a bad job at explaining, but I'll just
well-
tell you the 5 days.
Sure. Let's break it down. Let me help you simplify your answer. Okay, so you're giving me a backstory, which is great, but I'm more interested in about the food, the clothes, and the traditions. So, because I'm gonna help guide. Because a lot of times I'm the same way, Tiger. Is I'll go off on a tangent, and I don't want to like put you on the spot, but it's either I wasn't paying attention much, or maybe it sounded like you were kind of going on a tangent. But because you're talking about the history of it, so let's break it down. Or the, as they say, the TLDR, but we're not really reading, right? So like the short version, the long story short, you know. So talk to me about the food of the Festival of Lights. Let's start with that. So the Diwali in India, the Festival of Lights. So talk to me about the food.
Okay, so food, at the time of Diwali, lots of sweet and savory snacks, lots of home cooked meals, lots of, I mean, yeah, just, you know what? How about you give the festival question to somebody else and I'll come back.
Sure, Tiger, sure. Yeah, if you want to think about it. MMR, you ready? Tiger's tossing the question to you.
Yes, I guess.
Okay. So do you understand that I'm gonna help you? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Just to help you simplify it, so you don't need to. I mean, I'm not trying to like dislike the history of any festival. Disclaimer, like I'm not saying like I don't want to know. It's just I kind of more interested in the easy version of it. So like, think of the festival that's your favorite. Talk about the food, the clothing, the traditions. And that's a way that you can kind of convey an answer in a more natural, practical, conversational way. What Tiger's doing is great. Maybe if he's like lecturing about a festival, his beginning is perfect. Like if it's like a lecture about something. But like a conversation, the person just wants to know, like, I mean, in my opinion, I think if I told you about Christmas, do you really want to know, well, Jesus comes back? Like, oh, as a family, we open up presents, we eat a big dinner, and we dress up. Like, that's for me like the short version of Christmas. I mean, obviously, there's a history of Christmas, but that's a short version of it. So yeah, go for it, MMR.
Yes, okay, that's right. So in our society, we are having a religious festival. It's 3 days after 30 days of fasting. In Ramadan, it's a month. So what we're doing is we well dressed too, and we are eating some biscuits, some of it stuffed with dates, and we are going outside, having staycations, and that's it. Like, yeah, it's 3 days.
Okay.
3 days of doing anything for fun, visiting our relatives, and so on.
Okay. Can you elaborate on any of the particular traditions that you guys do during so the festival you're sharing is Ramadan, right?
No, it's called the Eid al-Fitr, or the festival.
MMR, I'm so sorry, hold on. Tiger, can you mute yourself, please? Tiger, can you mute yourself? You're kind of echoing. Thank you. Okay, go ahead, MMR, go ahead.
It's 3 days after fasting. It's not Ramadan, but it's a festival after Ramadan.
What is the name of the festival?
Al-Fitr, or it's in Arabic. It's in English called like break fasting, when we are like not fasting anymore. We are eating.
Oh, it's the event that happens after you're done fasting. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a lot of food that you eat, and you guys all dress up in any particular way? Like, is there like a traditional dress that you guys dress in? Or you guys, like, would I dress like this? I'm just teasing, but...
No, it's not a specific dress. Anybody could wear like anything, just well dressed.
Okay. Kind of like semi-formal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. And then what about, I guess, are there any particular traditions during those 3 days? I mean, do you guys sing songs? Do you guys dance? Do you guys toast?
Yeah, we can like talk, visit our relatives, as I said, and maybe play together in garden or like going outside. Maybe we're decorating our homes with the decorations. And yeah,
Okay.
sometimes it's tradition too, like our maybe uncle and aunt gives us some money that is called gadiyah, like a sort of prize, or like,
Is it like a red packet in China? Because that's what they'll get is red packets. Or like for a wedding gift, they'll give like red packets out.
yeah, so
Okay.
kind of this, yeah.
Similar. That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Space Monk said, thank you for that, MMR. And you're welcome to stay up as well as Tiger to hear the other questions. Tiger, did you want to
Okay, no problem.
follow up on that answering, Tiger, or did you want to hear the next question?
Yeah, we can move to the next question, no problem.
Sure.
Mr. Teacher Grant.
It's whatever you guys want. Like I said, this is really a stage for you guys. Anyone else that wants to come up, the stage is open. Just hit that request button. All right, King Forever, we'll let him come up and answer the question about what we did. Hopefully he wasn't just in. Hopefully he knows what we're talking about. So, King, you're aware what the topic is, right? Please say yes. Otherwise, he's gonna look very, well, not. I don't want to say anything more.
Not good then.
Hi, King. How's it going? I'm doing well. Do you know what we're talking about?
Sir, I just came and I don't. I'm very
All
sorry.
right. I don't know. It's okay, man. I'm gonna give you the too long didn't read version. So we are talking about culture, as you can see in the title, and there is a description. And if you look in the chat and scroll maybe 2 inches up, you'll see that the short version of the question is talking about your favorite festival. What is the food, the traditional food? Is there traditional clothing worn? And then tell me about the traditions. So, food, clothing, traditions, favorite festival.
Okay. So, sir, my favorite festival is Holi,
Okay.
which is played by colors. We put colors on each other, right? So, it, and light colors, white clothes, so that when we put colors, that would be visible easily. And the food, that day we made like different type of Indian foods, like semai, different type of sabji, puri, sweets. So like at that day, like many foods are prepared, and that is my favorite. Holi is a very well celebrated festival, like Diwali.
Okay. All right. What about the special clothing? And can you please write the name of the festival? I heard what you said. Unfortunately, I cannot repeat foreign words, but I am a visual person. If you can write the festival name, is it Holy? Holy? Is it called Holy King? Holy, got it. Holy Festival, got it. Where are you from? Where are you from, King?
Also, I'm from Bigil.
From Begin, okay. Again, what about clothing? Is there a special like outfit you guys wear for that festival?
Yes, I mean, the festival is like in two parts. In the first part, we play Holi. So firstly, we play like some old clothes or sometimes new but just in white clothes so that we can play colors, right? Sometimes there are liquid colors. We mix color with the water and play with that. Or sometimes dry colors. But evening when we talking with colors, in evening we go to our family friends' house and eat something or we right. So that time we are new clothes.
Okay. And anything else that you want to share? Any other like particular traditions that are done during that festival?
Yeah, so the first thing like Holi is mostly played with colors,
Mm-hmm.
friends, families, neighbors, and in the evening we go to friend family and we invite them also take their places and we eat together and enjoy. So this is a very good festival. Like I would like because I can't elaborate it very in a good way, but I would like to say like you should watch like some videos on it if you want to.
Oh, okay. Well, the reason why I was asking is because it's just part of the getting you guys to talk and share and have a conversation and just share like the short.
No, sir. I understand.
Yeah, I wasn't like I'm only genuinely asking. But you're good job, King. I actually give you props. I don't know if you've heard that phrase before, but giving you props meaning that even though you just came in to the class, and before I'm trying to do better and not give you guys a teasing hard time, because a lot of people like come up on stage and go, I want to learn English, and they have like no idea what we're talking about. But I stepped back. Wait, I'll ask him. So I put you on the spot. I said here is the topic and the questions, and you spot on did it. So again, like I said, King, Tiger, and MMR, you're welcome to stay on. I'm gonna go to the next question, and then I see that that Dead Guru is coming up, and I'll maybe let him take the throne. Hopefully he's not new and he's been listening. Otherwise he might look silly. So I'm gonna go to the next question, guys. So the next question is, or not really question, but the next sub topic of this topic, because we're talking about culture, is about family structures and values. So I'm gonna kind of give you a spiel on it, like just kind of like some information. It's in my opinion, family is like the center of everything, right? It's the cornerstone of culture. But what family looks like can vary. In Vietnam, respect for elders is key, Multiple generations live together. So Vietnam and China, especially China, I think too. In India, please correct me, guys. Families live together, right? Generations of families live together. If I'm wrong, just say I'm wrong.
Mostly, sir,
Mostly, okay. Okay, cool. So a lot of cultures will have families that live together. In the States, it's here's your suitcase, have fun in college, come visit us during the holidays. And there's no hard feelings, because honestly, guys, we want to get the hell out of our house, right? We want to venture on our own. But I know in Vietnam, it's a bit different. They want to be there. And the idea is that they take care of us, we take care of them. But I've talked to American parents and they're like, no, we don't need to be taken care of. We want to be left alone. When you're 18, have fun. Like, party, go to school, visit us during the holidays. We're going to party now that you're gone. I mean, it's in a joking sense, guys. I'm not being literal, like, American families like want to disown their kids. They've done their job, and now it's time for them to leave the nest. It's kind of how a lot of Western culture is. Okay, getting to my point. So, in contrast, in like Sweden, there's more focus on individualism, independence, like it is in the States. The difference can teach us a lot about what's important to different cultures. And I want to kind of give a disclaimer. Just because we move out of our house does not mean that we don't respect our parents, right? We still respect them. We just value, and they value, individualism or independence. Okay? So whether it's togetherness or independence or respect or tradition, and I hope that we have Dead Guru listening up. He's going to be the first to answer. So basically, here's my question. How important is the family in your culture? Do you think family dynamics are changing in your country? So compared to 20 years ago, or 30 years ago, depending on how old you are, or 15 years ago, how are they changing? Are the family dynamics changing? And are more families becoming independent? So I heard someone mention that mostly in India, they live together. But maybe lately in the last 10 years, individualism is being promoted, in a matter of speaking. You don't have to answer that yet. I'll get to you guys. So are more families becoming independent? Do grandparents still play a big role in raising children? That's the general idea. So basically, how important is family in your culture? And do you think family dynamics are changing in your country? If someone can write that question down, that would be helpful too, because I cannot write fast enough. So someone can write that down for me, please. How important is family in your culture? And do you think family dynamics are changing in your country? Okay. Dead Guru, you have the stage. Dead Guru going once. Dead Guru going twice. Dead Guru going three. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really think that family have a dynamic to the culture, so it's really affecting the changing of the culture.
Okay. So first question is, how important is family in your culture?
Very important.
Okay. And if you don't mind me asking you, Guru, where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from India.
Oh, from India. Okay, so I'm assuming Tiger might attest to what you're saying. I mean, have a difference. Anyways, so Guru, so tell me, so elaborate on that, Guru. How is it important? Like, don't. It's like saying I like apples because they're sweet. I want you to elaborate, Guru. So like, extend your answer.
I don't think it's just applying to like other people, but.
And that's what I'm saying for
perspective, like,
your
like,
culture, your family, and your culture. So,
like, is it based on my culture?
it can be based on, well, culture is family and family is culture, right? So the question is how important is it? Does that make sense? Maybe you're mixing the two. So I'm basically saying, I guess let me simplify it a little bit more. So how important is family in your culture? Like in your family culture, how important is family?
I don't think that I could explain a lot because my English is not very
Can
good.
I try?
Hold that thought, Tiger. It's okay. So Guru, just I don't mean to put you on the spot, but if it's what about the question isn't that you can't respond to? Because you're coming up on stage to practice.
I don't really understand the subject of the matter, so I couldn't really elaborate.
Did you go to the events tab and read up on what the event is about?
What?
Okay. What I'm going to ask you to do, Guru, and I want to definitely invite you back up on stage, is go ahead and look at the chat, read the event, read the description, and then if you feel that it's suitable for you to come back on stage, I will welcome you with open arms. All right? Because we got to keep moving forward. Because you're just coming in saying, I don't know what we're talking about. And that tells me that either you came in later and just kind of like, oh, stage open, you know? And you came in like without knowing what's going on. So I want you to like take a look at the event. All right, go to the events tab, read the description, read the title, read the chat, and then come back up when you're ready to give an answer, or maybe the next question you can answer. Okay?
Sir, may I write that question?
I hear you, King. I'm gonna let Tiger jump on in though. He asked to speak up first, and then you can be next, King. Okay, no problem. So.
Can I? Okay.
So.
Can I say?
Yeah. Go ahead, Tiger, and then I'll let King
Okay,
jump
so
in.
like in India, like family is like one of the most important institutions that like has survived through the ages since ancient times, and we like emphasize in this culture, like we emphasize family integrity and family loyalty and like family unity a lot.
Okay. Continue. So I had some sub questions hidden in there as well. So do you think that families are becoming more independent?
Oh yeah, regards to the second question, India, like mostly there are joint families, but since we're in the 21st century, I see like a lot of families are not so joint anymore. You know what I mean? They're getting individual, moving away, because if you see joint families, we used to live like uncles, aunts, grandmothers, grandfathers, kids, nephews, nieces all together. But I don't see that as a trend anymore, because everyone's like moving out and living individually and getting back together on occasions and festivals. So I think yes, the demographics are changing, but like in general, if you ask, mostly India is like more of joint families instead of like individual families.
Okay. What about the grandparents playing an important role? Are they still doing that?
Oh yes, grandparents play a very important role in Indian families.
Okay.
They're highly respected, and mostly they stay with the family. But like uncles, aunts, they may go out and live differently. But grandparents, they usually like stay with the eldest son.
Okay, very cool. Anything else you want to add? And then we'll go to King.
guidance and support is like the very important part of Indian families, and like the importance of education and traditions is like very important to the culture
Okay.
of the Indian families.
Thank you so much for sharing. King, you got the floor.
Yes, sir. Actually, what Tiger said was right, but I want to add on something. What I am thinking, in my point of view, like by being in a joint family, I think what happens in early times, parents help children grow and can study. But in the later time, when family, parents are old, then the children, what they do, the grandparents, they take care of their children's kids, means a granddaughter, grandson, and at the same time, they are also providing the experience to their children also. Whatever they have learned from the life, they teach it. Like, if anything wrong happens or anything, any guidance needed, there is someone elder in the house who show the way, like it should be done like this. So this happened, and the elder people live with the children only when they grow up, mostly. But now in the bigger towns or in the metro cities, there are trends coming on. Now people are also living in the nuclear family, but still the percentage is very low. I would say like in the India, 10% people are going nuclear, but still I think 90% people live in a family, because all the bigger city is not India. India is a mix of smaller cities, villages, and everything.
Okay. So my next question, I don't think if you brushed on it, then it's my fault for not paying attention, and I'm a hypocrite for telling you guys to pay attention. Did you answer the question about grandparents playing an important role, or was I oblivious and you answered it already? Did you touch on that?
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah,
Oh, he did? Oh, he did? Okay. King, do you mind summarizing what you said about grandparents playing an important role?
Yeah, like he is like providing guidance to the young people or to their children, right?
Okay. All right.
Because they have experience, they are also like if something happens, they are there to guide.
Okay. All right.
And also take care of grandson.
Gotcha. And as Tiger mentioned, do you agree? Do you think that the dynamics are changing? Do you think more families are becoming more independent, or do you think it's kind of like a half and half?
I think it's more like joint families are still in majority, because you see only the individual families only in urban, like metropolitan cities, not in because India is a very big place.
Yeah.
So you might see like small families in urban cities, but generally speaking, I think majority of the families are joint.
Okay. What do you think, King? Do you agree with that? Is that do you see that as well? Okay.
Totally agree.
Okay, cool.
Changes are happening.
Yeah,
but
it's
are
worldwide, isn't it? Right?
Not at that percentage. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, most of the Indian people are living with their family. I would say like only 10% people are living in a nuclear family. 90% still are with their parents.
Oh, okay.
Not with uncle and everything, but parents.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. All right, MMR, I have a request for you. Unless you were really like in love with this question, I wanted to move to the next question, MMR, and I will let you address it first, and then I'll let I can't say his name, but AFAQ answer as well. So MMR, are you close to home with this question, or would you like to answer the next question?
No, it's okay. I'll answer the next question.
All right, beautiful. Okay, just wanted to be respectful and give you a chance. All right, so I just invited FQ up. If he comes up, I'm not sure. And then, oh, there we go. So I'll let him or her answer the question. I don't know. Oh, him. I'll answer the question after MMR. So let me kind of give you the subtext of it. Oh, we lost you again, FQ. So this is about clothing and fashion. So I'm gonna copy the question again. Like I said, guys, it's not necessary for the PPT because it's just the questions that are being asked, right? Like I'm not giving a lecture per se. You guys are really the lecture, in a matter of speaking. So the main focus of the question is what are the traditional clothes in your country and when are they worn? So I'm gonna give you guys some insight here. So it's also another symbol of culture, and if I'm incorrect, correct me. In India, traditional saris and dohots represent the vibrant colors of the history of the region. Middle East, the abaya and the thawb are worn for both modesty and practicality in a hot climate. So every culture, I think except for American culture, we're boring. We have no clothing culture in America. Unless someone can enlighten me here, I don't think Americans have clothing culture. We just wear clothes. But every culture has a traditional clothing that tells a story. I guess you could say like when students will go to prom or go to like a formal dinner or formal dance, we'll dress up, right? Christmas, we'll wear red, green, and blue, but still it's nothing that I followed. Every culture has traditional clothing that tells a story, whether it's a history, religion, or geography. So the question is, what are traditional clothes in your country? When are they worn? The festivals, ceremonies, day to day. Do they have a specific meaning or symbolism? You have the floor. Let's go for it, Myanmar.
I think that we are, as Egyptians, we're in Egypt, we're not like Saudi Arabia a lot, like we're not wearing abayas. We're a little more like America, I guess. We don't have a specific traditional clothing. Like we could wear anything, maybe casual pants with a tank top.
Kind of like what I'm wearing, right? Just a t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah.
I was joking about my clothing culture because this is like an everyday casual wear, t-shirt, shorts, you know.
Yes, that's right. I think us too. Like we're wearing like casual things too.
But when you have your festivals, that's when you dress up, right?
What?
When you have your festivals or your holidays or your traditional days, you'll dress up.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Like,
Really?
we're
Oh.
so free to wear anything, I guess.
Oh, okay.
We're able to. But honestly, like it would be a little, I don't know, it's polite or like it's covering a little bit because this is traditional. Like you have to, like not you have to, but you.
It's
maybe
traditional
don't, like,
too.
Black shorts or like walk with these things. It's a traditional thing. I don't know. This is spreading in our culture.
Oh, okay.
We might like look with this strange,
Yeah.
Um,
In the States, we might walk around barefoot, but if I were to walk barefoot in Vietnam, everyone would look at me strange. You know, barefoot, meaning like no shoes. Like, we'll be barefoot. Barefoot means like no shoes, no socks. Like without shoes or socks, we'll walk barefoot. I mean, actually, that's more like my dad's culture, but not really us. But I mean, like, if I think about it, I would sometimes, oh no, but here's the thing, is stores usually will say, no shoes, no shirt, no service, right? If you're not wearing shoes, you can't enter the store. But occasionally in a hurry, I'll go to the store and I'll walk in a small shop, very small, like a corner shop. I don't know what you guys call them in your countries, but like it's very like a liquor store, like very small, not a big mall, just a corner shop. I don't know what nickname you give them, but we just call it a small market, a small store, gas station, and we yeah.
We're
Anyway.
calling it in our native language, it's kushk.
Kush. In Chinese, they call it the chao shi. Chao shi is like a little market.
Yeah.
So if no one else has raised their hand, I mean anything else to add? I think MMR and I are very boring when it comes to clothing traditions, so I don't have anything else to add.
That's right.
Developer wants to come up, so since I will let Developer shine his 2 cents, and then if Tiger or King want to chime in, they can. Well, I'll let Developer come up. Hello, Developer.
Hello.
Hi. Are you aware what we're talking about? Awesome. All right. So what is your 2 cents when it comes to clothing tradition?
Are you asking about the boys? No, boys are free to wear anything.
And that's not necessarily at all what the question was. So maybe I need to elaborate a little bit for you. I'm
Yeah.
oh my god. Okay, so did you read the question? The question is, what are traditional clothes in your country? And the second part of the question, when are they worn?
Yeah.
And then the second part is, so when are they worn? So to elaborate those questions, to get you to speak more, are they worn during festivals, ceremonies, or day to day? I did not mention whatsoever, MMR is my witness here, about who was forbidden to wear what. We're not going in that stupid debate. Talking generally about culture. What are traditional clothes in your country, and when are they worn? If, like MNR and I would just mention, we really don't have traditional clothing. We wear whatever we want. And when it's a holiday, we still wear whatever we want. Like, there's really no... I mean, maybe for a wedding, we'll dress up, but, like, that's about it. Wedding... in Mexico, there's a Sweet 16, so the girl who's turning 16 will wear a special dress. So that's really what the question is, Developer. So traditional.
Yeah, I understand.
So where are you from,
So,
Developer?
I'm from Pakistan.
Okay.
Like our traditional dresses are like shalwar kameez. You know about shalwar kameez? You know we
American.
wear shalwar kameez here. Like it's traditional, but we have you know the freedom to wear anything.
Okay,
Like,
but you have to understand the difference between traditional clothes and freedom to wear what we want. They're completely two different
Yeah.
topics. So steer away from that, dude. It's just.
actually, I'm talking about the women's like.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about tradition. Okay? Mandated clothing and traditional clothing are different. Okay? So I can go to a different person to speak because you're kind of... I mean this in the most respectful way, man, but you're kind of boring me. You are, dude. Like, but women forbidden. I don't care about that. I'm not talking about that. So like, if you mention it one more time about something being forbidden, then you're not paying attention to the topic, bro. The topic is traditional clothing, not what is mandatory. Look in the dictionary between the difference of tradition and mandatory, and you'll understand the question. All right, Tiger and King, you got the floor. Developer, you're dethroned.
Yeah, since we're talking traditional, let's see. Yeah, I mean, in India, traditional clothing can be like dated back to like 5,000 years ago with the Indus Valley civilization, but like since then it's evolved and like changed with time. So like some of the most like iconic ones, one you mentioned, sari. For women, it was the sari, or there's a lehenga choli. I don't know if you know that, and the salwar kameez as well. And for men, traditionally, men wear a dhoti or a kurta pajama or a sherwani. So
Okay.
like each of these like garments, they have like their own unique style and history.
Okay.
And sari is believed to be one of the oldest and like the most versatile
Okay.
traditional clothes
Okay.
in the Indian fashion. And also, there's this with the sari, we wear like for women, they like the red saris, like it holds like a, I don't know how to explain it. Like
Simplify it. Too long didn't read. Remember, we're not given a history lesson. It's really just.
okay, fine. I will simplify it. So the color red is considered like auspicious and is associated with happiness and prosperity. So the woman, like she would wear a red sari on her wedding day, which will like bring good luck and blessings to the bride and groom. And yeah, usually all the traditional dresses that I mentioned, we usually wear it on occasions, festivals, like traditional gatherings, which like connects us to our roots and history. But yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, awesome, man. All right, and I'm sorry. Maybe developer meant well. I just like, I don't know. I felt like it was just gonna go in a direction that could cause a war, and I don't want to go that direction. So I'm gonna elaborate on my and I want to let Jenny PT give their 2 cents. I'm really genuinely interested in what the traditional clothings are. Like, again, let me elaborate. Okay, not what everyday traditional clothes are. Let's make it a bit easier. Crad, oh my god, dude. It was going so well too. It really was. Hold on, I gotta tag deep. Can someone help report that guy? And your voice is very faint, Jenny. Your voice is very faint. No, it's like you're underwater away from your microphone. Wait, let me see if I can. Well, I mean, the best I can do is I can make you louder on my side. But wait, talk again. Yeah. Now I have an option to make you louder, and the other people can do that too. But you might want to fix your mic for the others. So you might want to turn your mic up just a little bit, because I do want to. Yeah, it's really low. Is it me, guys, or is it?
No, I think it's actually a bit low.
Okay, thank you. I didn't want to be the crazy one. Okay, Jenny, are you able to look in your audio settings on Discord and then try to like move your volume? Wait, say that. Wow, much better.
Much better.
Oh.
I changed my bodies.
Much better. Okay, awesome.
Okay.
All right, so do you understand the topic, right? I'm gonna make it simpler so it doesn't go into that have to category. So I'm specifically talking about traditional clothes that you'll wear for a festival, a holiday, I don't know, a traditional day. I'm not, and I mean, to not go too far into the have to, maybe generally speaking, what is the clothing worn, you know? I don't want to hear about the have to. I understand there's some cultures where some countries mandate these types of outfits, but I'm more interested in the general culture. Okay?
Okay. I'm from Indonesia, and Indonesia has so many cultures here, and each culture have their own traditional clothing. And I'm especially from Batak Toba in Indonesia, and our clothing, specifically for some ceremony, we use ulos. As you know, do you know ulos?
I don't know. Is that a clothing type, a clothing outfit?
That's a clothing type.
Okay.
It's hand-woven fabric that holds significant cultural value. And in each ceremony that we have, always put ulos on, especially on wedding. And each ulos has a different meaning to several
traditional. Like if I had a ceremony for wedding, they put ulos with the meaning of this ulos is to bless the couple that have been married at
Okay.
that time. And if we had a ceremony to a birth child, we give the child so that he can have a good life in this world, something like that. But if
Okay.
we have a ceremony for the dead person of the funeral, that always we always give some ulos closing. It's meant to give like you already work in this world so far, and we let you go in another what do I say? In another universe,
Okay.
something like that. So my traditional clothing in my Batak in Indonesia, especially Batak group ethnic Batak, we use ulos as our clothing.
So to elaborate in my question here, so if you mentioned it, I might have missed your answer, but is there any specific meaning or symbolism to those traditional outfits worn?
Yeah, there's a specific meaning for each ulos.
Oh, okay.
In every ceremony, if we have a ceremony for funeral, there's an ulos for specific funerals. If we have a wedding, we have specific ulos clothing to the wedding ceremony.
Okay.
Something like that.
Very cool. Very cool. Thanks for sharing.
But in Indonesia, as you know, we have so many ethnic groups. We have each clothing. But the common clothing that we use is kebaya.
Okay.
Kebaya or batik.
All right.
But especially if you ask me about my culture, in my ethnic in Indonesia, I use ulos for our ceremony.
Oh.
In autumn.
I want to just.
So many.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I just want to go on and say that even me being the teacher hosting this, I'm learning so much about everyone's culture, everyone's traditions, everyone's food. And it's funny because funny in an ironic way is that I'm recognizing how similar or similar-ish some of our traditions are together. For example, MMR mentioned like the traditional clothings are very lax, and there's not really a tradition to wear a certain clothing, right? It's just wear whatever you want. And especially with the food and the independence too, because Americans always been really independent on themselves rather than each other, and learning that countries like in India, I'm not saying they're being completely independent, but some are moving toward that way. And even when I was in China, I saw a lot of families venturing off to the States saying, see ya mom, see ya dad, I'm gonna learn and I'm gonna study in the States, whereas what is this I don't know, what is this, Tiger? Oh, sorry, I was just a gift that had the WhatsApp. Sorry, Americans lose their train of thought. So, no, wait, you're good, Tiger. I just saw a WhatsApp number and that threw my mind off. One thing you'll learn about Americans or myself is I'll get sidetracked and I'll see something and I'll forget my train of thought. So help me out, guys. What was I saying? Okay, yes. So basically, I'm learning a lot how even though we have different traditions, how alike we are in some ways and how different we are in some ways. So I have one more final slide for you guys. I don't know how many more people want to speak up, but you, Jenny, Tiger, and King, you will have the final say unless we magically get somebody else requesting to come up. But the final thing I want to end on is now that we've listened to other cultures and stuff, as we know, they shape the way that we see the world. as we learned in India, in Indonesia, in America, in Pakistan. Even developer was able to add some good sense, but just didn't get the. He wanted to go into that sensitive topic, which I could care less about. I care, but I could care less about talking it now. But culture exchange not only makes us smarter, right? It makes us more understanding and respectful for our differences. So, how do you think understanding, and this is going to be a good one because it's going to make you really think. How do you think understanding different cultures can help you in the future? So learning about different cultures, how can it help you guys in the future? So how do you think understanding different cultures can help you in the future? So basically, like, how can learning about different cultures make you communicate, travel, or even be a professional, you know? So I want you to reflect on this. So tell me about how understanding different cultures can help you in the future. You can speak personally and you can speak generally with other people. I like that one, to be more open-minded. Yeah. I don't know who wants to go first. King, I know King didn't speak for a while, and Tiger, unless I'm wrong, Tiger didn't answer. I don't know. Whoever wants to go first. I want everyone to answer. The Tiger.
I think understand about the another culture is about they having their belief. So we respect for their belief, and I think that's the best idea of understanding.
I like that. Respect. Okay. I love your answer too, Jenny, because it was short, simple, answered. I was like, oh, because you said so much about the other question, but I like how, because sometimes, guys, short answers can be the long answer, if that makes sense. I know that's kind of contradictory, but go ahead, Jenny.
Our motto in Indonesia is Bhinneka Tunggal Ika.
Yeah.
You know what it means? It is a unity in diversity. We have so many cultures here. We have so many religion here.
Uh-huh.
And we respect each other.
Yeah.
So if I go to another city with another culture, I will always respect because we born with the motto of Indonesia is Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, means unity in diversity. So we respect for another culture.
Oh, please write that word in the chat. I would love that. I love that word. I just don't know how to say it again, but put that word in there. I love that. That way you described it. Yeah, unity in unity, differences, respect. Yeah, I like it. Thank you, Jenny. And yeah, write that word for me. And then Tiger, King, whoever. Sorry, Toby, I'm gonna close it, buddy. Unless you really have a short answer. If you can identify you have a short answer, I'll let you speak. Otherwise, I'm going to end with Jenny and King. So, no, sorry, actually, I say Jenny, but I meant to say Tiger because Jenny, your window moved to the right. So when I was reading it, I said your name. So Tiger and King, who wants to say their thoughts? Go for it, King.
The first things are about, if we learn about the new culture, first thing we gain our knowledge. And by using that knowledge, if we go to some other country and we are talking to some other people of different cultures, we already know what is their culture. So we should love them accordingly. We can mix with them. We can understand them better. Right? So I think it enhances our knowledge also, and it helps us better coordinate, communicate, and learn about people, places, language, food, and everything. So learning about culture will help us, mixing with people, mixing, more socializing.
Right. Thank you. Go ahead, King. I love it, King. Your words of wisdom hopefully resonate with the audience. Beautiful. Thank you. Toby, hold that thought, Toby. I'm gonna let Tiger share, and then Toby, You came in a bit late. I don't know if I didn't see you chatting much, so you might not know what we're talking about. But I'll let you speak after Tiger. So go ahead, Tiger.
Yes, I think the importance of understanding different cultures helps with communication, and also helps with like appreciating the diversity of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it may also help like to minimize stereotypes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, it would like help you acknowledge your own heritage and worldviews, and you would also understand why their worldviews and heritage and what the heritage is. And yeah, and I really like the motto that our Indonesian friend shared.
I know.
Because we have something similar too.
Yeah.
And this motto, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, we have exactly the same roots in it because Indonesia and India historically had like roots, like shared cultures. So I think that's something new I learned today.
Awesome. I just want to say before Toby speaks that I believe it or not, as much as this is a class I'm giving you, you guys have all, and the ones who MMS who came up as well, even developer kind of put him off stage, but still I feel like I've taken so much from you guys. And like I said to you guys, this is your class. I'm basically like, here's what it is, here are my questions, give me your answers. I didn't give any answer. I mean, I gave some insights, like some, what do you call it, like not feedback, but like I followed up on some thoughts, you know, minorly, but I appreciate it all. Toby, did you just get here, Toby?
Yeah, it's my turn?
Yeah, did you get here recently, Toby? Because you might,
Yeah, I did get here. Can you just give me like a brief?
Sure. Okay. So overall, the topic was about cultures, right? Now, we don't have to give you like all of the questions, but overall, the concluding question, I mean, we talked about what culture is. We talked about food and dining, traditions and personal space, festivals and celebrations, family structures and values, clothing and fashion, and then embrace. Now, so to summarize it all, you probably missed a lot of the answers, and I did actually record this, not live, but I will upload this after the class is over. And we talked about all those topics within culture, right? So it might be hard to put you on the spot to kind of, because you're the last voice here. I closed the stage, so pressure's on now. But by taking everything you've learned within culture and diversity, so the concluding question is based on what we've all discussed, or what you may know growing up as a person. How do you think understanding different cultures can help you in the future? No pressure.
Understanding cultures? Well, if I remember, there are like sometimes rules in other different countries on the cultures, like sometimes like the rules where it's disrespectful, like you said, you know, countries, like when you point at someone, it's counted as disrespectful, and like you show like other gestures of kindness. Yeah, that's how I think of culture that can help with communication. So you can get a brief understanding and a more healthy future by understanding more on the social diversity of everyone in the culture.
Wow, I love it. Toby, if you don't mind me asking, where are you from?
I'm from Kazakhstan.
Wow, you would have had me fooled if I didn't check and see that you were fluent. But wow, coming in and just concluding with that, bravo, man. I love that insight. I love it. That's a great insight to share. I think you resonate with what Tiger and Jenny and King said. And I'm just going to glance at the chat here. Not much chit chat, but to be open-minded, to be more understanding, to be more diverse. Toby, you nailed the ending, man. I was thinking that you might have stumbled because, not to tease you, because you came in late, but it's like you listened to the whole conversation. But bravo, man. Any final thoughts in the chat, guys? I did close the stage, so no one can come up on stage. I do want to say before you guys go that and Toby, are you new to English Hub or have you been here for a while?
No, I like studied English for like 6 years in a British school.
Oh, there you go. Is this your first time in the English Hub, the Discord here? Have you been here for a while?
No, I think I've been here like 2023 also.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at this. King says whole world is a big family. Definitely, yeah. So before I say the words that will make everybody leave, I do want to say that there are many channels, and Toby, good for you keeping up with the English. Use it, don't lose it, and that's what you've done. Like, you haven't lost it. I mean, if you had put native, you would. I mean, I guess I'd have to listen to you a bit longer, but you would have fooled me. And I'm really, really good at detecting people who try to fake it with English. Thank you, Tiger. Before we depart, I do want to say that there are lots of channels that you guys can get help in. Unless anyone wants to add a channel to the list, I got the pronunciation, proofreading, English question, and resources. And then I have my YouTube channel, which I would love your support. I will upload this class on the channel so you guys can listen to it again if you guys did happen to come in later. Like, Toby, if you're curious, I'll put it on and you can go to the channel there. I'm gonna post everything in just a second.
Okay.
If you did want to hear like what Tiger said, big thanks to Tiger, to Jenny, to King, to MSR or MMR. Sorry, I keep forgetting the initial she used. Forgive me for forgetting. Where are you? MMR is still here? No, maybe she had to go. I appreciate it. And then everyone who was chit-chatting in the chat, I appreciate your kindness. I don't think I saw any hate. I saw lots of sharing, lots of insight with each other, no fights. Minor flaw, but it's good. Anyway, so I do have a site to watch the YouTube channels. Also, guys, if at all you guys are not able to get the answers you want or you desire, I am a private teacher. Again, Vivek gives me the golden key to tell you this. If you guys absolutely desire, you guys can also book a class with me. If you guys need any help, tag me in the server. I'm trying to check tags. Like, you can at me and they go, oh, maybe Teacher Grant will know this question. You can at me in the server. But I highly encourage you guys to go to the pronunciation, proofreading, English questions, resources that you guys can get your answer. Oh gosh, it's not doing the hashtag. So is it doing the hashtag? No, it's not. Darn it. Someone hashtag those for me, please. Any final thoughts? Jenny, they left you all out to dry. Tiger, any final thoughts before we say goodbye?
Yeah, it was a fun class. Great class. I had fun. You're a good teacher.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward for the YouTube video.
Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna give a disclaimer. Like I said, this is being recorded. Like what I'm saying now is being recorded. I'm not gonna go through and edit the video. So you might want to fast forward if it does like come to those random moments where I get sidetracked like I am now. I mean, pretty much at the end of the question is when you can just leave. But if somebody wants to be a good Samaritan and like timestamp for fellow learners, you can do that as well. It's up to you. But yeah, everything will be uploaded without it being edited. I can't even speak. Yeah. Any other questions, guys, in the chat? I'm gonna put those tags in now. And I appreciate everyone here that came. If you guys came late, I'm sorry, but the good news is it has been recorded. Tiger or Jenny P, am I missing any special rooms that you would just say people can go to get help? I have pronunciation, I got proofreading, I got resources, I got English questions. Pio, anything I should add to that? Or if you want to come up on stage and give some final thoughts about culture, Pio, not to put you on the spot. Pio's a teacher, so he can let himself up on stage if he wants. Okay, nothing. Okay. That's what you are, Pio. You're a big nothing. No, he knows that reference, right? Oh no, the big nothing comes from the mask. Sorry, random reference that probably 90% of you won't know. I hear a laugh, so do you know what I'm referencing, or are you just laughing?
I'm just laughing.
Oh, okay. There's a reference of the old movie called The Mask, and he's trying to, yeah.
Yeah, I'm to say that it is a good to discuss about this because it give me some perspective what's the beauty of culture. I want more I think clear what's my culture have been done and what's the meaning of that, and I recall that again and it's make me this the beauty of the culture.
Yeah.
Something like that. And even if the culture can relate to our family because the bonding of our family is related to the culture, of course.
Yeah. Jenna, am I saying your name right? Jenipede, is that right? Am I saying your username correctly? Okay. I love your insight because it wasn't about what's their culture, what's everyone else's culture. It's like, what is my culture? It kind of makes you open your mind and go, what is my culture? And I joke and I say, and I'm serious when I say this, but unless, and Pio can Pio is from the state. Pio is from the States or Australia? No, Pio is from the States. No, he's from Australia. No, he's from the States. Sorry. Australia. Sorry. And the US. Oh, you're from both. Are you in the okay? So maybe Pio can kind of jokingly agree. I think to myself, Americans have no culture. We're boring. I don't know about Australia. Is Australia interesting, Pio? Does Australia have culture, or are they just as boring as we are? Like, I think. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think they have some kind of indigenous native culture.
Who?
I think Australia.
Oh, in Australia. Yeah, like because with clothings and like, I mean, I guess in a sense there is culture, like traditions, but not like. Yeah, we have no traditional dress. All right, I'm gonna end it now before we go on for another moment and stuff. I love what you said, Genevieve. It's about learning about our culture, not only their culture, our culture. We learn what is our culture and kind of made us think. I love that. All right, guys, with that said, I'm going to end the stage before Pio ends it for me, before I can't stop talking. So I'm going to end the stage. I thank you all for being here. Scroll up, guys. There's my YouTube channel up there. If you guys desire that one-on-one class, you can book a class with me. But again, you got lots of channels. The spoken, the voice channels are all over the place, guys. Go there. They're always active. Hopefully they're nice and calm and all that. So there you go. There's Australian culture. And yeah, all right, guys. We'll let you guys go. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, tag me in the Discord, and look forward to seeing you guys next time. All right. Goodbye, guys. And Pio, I will end the stage. I will end the live on my mini cam before I forget to. So goodbye, guys. See ya. All right. Ending now.